You are about to experience the result of hard work and dedication from the City of Champions, Cleveland's own, 90th's finest. Self-made, hard-working entrepreneurs, unequivocally raw, no holds barred. This is Epiphany Media.
Check for all spots. What is happening?
And somebody asked me like, "They was like, are you growing your hair back?" I'm like, "Is that a joke?"
He said, "Is that a joke?" Is that your response?
Yeah, I can't. Like, you think I'm just walking around bald for no reason? You think I wanted this hairstyle?
Yeah. How, Sway, how? Welcome back to another episode of Epiphany Media Podcast, the Epiphany Media Podcast, whichever iteration you want to go with. Thanks for joining us. Right off the bat, I don't know why people always say right off the back. Doesn't make sense. Black people.
That wouldn't even make sense right off the bat.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah, definitely right off the bat. Anyway, that's what I was getting at. Just wanted to remind you guys, Epiphany.5K.run for our mental health benefit this summer, June 25th. 2022 5K walk or run, your call. Be sure to sign up now. Running right now, it actually just started today. I almost forgot. Because you guys listen to our podcast or watch us on YouTube or Facebook, if you enter in the code podcast, I almost forgot the code podcast. You can get a discount on signing up right now. I don't remember what the amount is. I'm not going to lie to you, but just go to the website, epiphany.5k.run. Click registration. Fill out the entire form. At the end, promo code podcast. You receive a discount on your sign up. We appreciate the people that signed up already. We appreciate our sponsors who will probably be announced next week. So look out for that. And yeah, man, it's gonna be good. Hopefully, it's gonna be good, man. If we keep trending this way, it'll be good. So we appreciate y'all, and let's get it.
Yes, sir. Hey, you been practicing now?
Man, no, because what's funny is, so I was all hyped up to do it, and I'm still gonna do it. Trying to do some good training, increase my steps, all this stuff. And I'm like, man, as soon as that weather break, I'm gonna be, doing more and more. As soon as the weather broke, though, I'm like, I got a motorcycle. I'm about to ride my motorcycle. Hey, I'm gonna go for a walk right now. Like, I can go for a motorcycle, man.
I know you're thirsty because you started riding at the end of last season. So
yeah, freezing out there. You know what I'm saying? Freezing. Wait a minute.
I don't blame you, but
it's a motorcycle.
You gotta get your steps in.
Wait a minute. Don said, man, I tried to give y'all my story before any other news outlet, and y'all ghosted me. Don,
impossible.
Don, I hit you up and told you that I definitely wanted to get you on the show and everything. But you got my phone number. Like, I never ghosted you ever.
And if you lost his phone number, we got social media outlets you can easily send a message. So we most definitely ain't ghosted. We definitely ain't forget about the story.
Yeah, nigga, of course. Yeah, of course. So we just gotta, I guess, make time to do it or figure out your schedule. But never did we ghost you for sure. Dom, unless you got a new number, he said he hit me up. I don't want to put your number on the thing. I don't want to put your phone number on the thing, but I will. Unless you got a new phone number. Hey, unless you got a new phone number. You might got a new phone number. 3423? 3423? Or is that an old number? That's the number I got. I'm just saying. You said he hit me up. He said, Byron, you ain't got nothing to do with this. This is between me and, hey, is that your phone number or not? Because I never ghosted you, I swear. I wanted the story. Abby said, Dom Prince ghosted me on the banner tip. Y'all figure that out, Dom. I'm gonna send it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna send a text right now.
And we can plan it out 2 weeks from now for sure.
Yeah, you could get the first. We ain't having a show next week. You could get the first show after we come back. He said that's one of them. All right, hey, make room 2 weeks from today. Then. We'll do it for sure. For sure. All right, y'all talk about banner. Y'all go ahead and do that. Angel said we got a depressing show today. Talking about this inflation.
Real life show.
Hey,
real life.
Hey, this is one of those ones that we can't ignore for sure. Yeah,
it was all good. It was all good. The summer of 2020, people was buying designer this, designer that. Gas was 50 cents.
Everybody's
people was eating at home. Oh,
yeah,
it's great.
If only I knew, I would have had a 5-gallon barrel filling up, like just sitting wasting in my garage with some you got to put the gas
stabilizer.
Yeah, stabilizer, man. Mix it up every couple months.
We laughed at those people.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you like y'all weird. Y'all, the gas is $1. We going back to it. Now look at us. Now we all hurting. Man, so inflation is crazy right now, as you guys know. So we want to start off with just a little video clip. It's a little bit more technical, but I think you guys will understand what she's saying.
Until 2023, to me, is quite striking. How do you see this playing out?
Well, I am very concerned. I think the Fed's being a bit optimistic about this. For one thing, home prices, which have gone up dramatically, housing prices, because of technical reasons, those numbers don't flow through into the inflation measures for some period of time. There's a significant lag. So those are not fully reflected. I don't think those will be fully reflected probably until the first quarter of 2023. But housing prices have gone up. They were up 20% last year, 10% the year before, projected to be another 8% this year. That is not yet fully reflected in the inflation numbers we're looking at. Also, energy and food. We had global supply constraints already. And with the Ukraine war, those have been severely exacerbated. Energy in particular flows through to everything: transportation costs, processing, packaging. And then, of course, the agriculture commodities themselves. The Black Sea ports are shut down. Ukraine's a significant exporter of agriculture commodities, especially in the Middle East, where we're already seeing some food insecurity, significant issues. But again, the market should correct and stimulate production elsewhere, but it takes time for the markets to react, to reallocate the acreage to increase oil and gas production in other countries. So yeah, I think we haven't even started to feel the full brunt of that, and that it's going to take some time. I think 2023 is much more likely to be when we see the peak. I think it's also important not to overestimate the effectiveness of the Fed's tools in combating inflation. A lot of it is demand driven through fiscal and monetary stimulus, but these supply constraints are very real and very difficult for the Fed through the lever of interest rates to address.
Yo, that's wild, man. So now I forgot you gotta do your audio trick. Yeah, so now, so everybody focus on gas, I suppose, because, it's super visible, I guess, and that's one thing that we all can relate on. But even though everybody eat, people eat at different rates and different, things or whatever, that gas, man, everybody got to, pay and take that gas.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't own a home or you're looking to buy a home, like that's impacted. Like literally, like everything you can think of got some kind of impact of the inflation of the economy. I do want to take this time to tell everybody to stop sending me shit about Joe Biden. He has nothing to do with the gas prices, and I do mean nothing to do with gas prices. Stop sending me videos where people are complaining about the president.
That's probably because he said, "Look, gas is about to go up." That's probably why they think that he got something to do with it.
And I get it. You could be like, man, bring back the Donald Trump days when it was a pandemic and nobody was outside. Yeah, bring back those days. You know what I'm saying? Like, all I'm saying is the president has, like, Donald Trump, the prices wasn't low because anything Donald Trump did. And they're not high because anything Joe Biden did. The president has nothing to do with it. Stop sending me Joe Biden videos. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Every time somebody do, I'm like, nigga, this has nothing to do with nothing. Cut it out. Every time. Every time. So anyway, man, I don't even know where to start. I mean, we can start with gas. Like, gas is crazy. Gas is crazy.
Hey, so look, for the people that's saying, you know, Biden made the gas go up, tell the people why the gas, you know, who controls the gas prices, why they cost what they cost right now.
Well, I'm going to get technical about it. So not only the businesses, you know, the oil companies, you know, set the market as far as how much oil they're going to make available. Different countries make, you know, how much oil they're going to have available, like the, you know, the United Arab Emirates. I said it wrong. But, like, they can flood the market like they did when they were beefing with Russia during the pandemic. And they were saying, like, Russia, like, you need this oil to sustain your economy. We don't. Like, we got oil. So they flooded the market. So even though nobody was going anywhere, if we were going somewhere, the prices still would have been low because they had the control of that amount. That's on a bigger scale. On a lower scale, county, state, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the gas prices you see, you know what I'm saying? It's not just what the oil company is selling it to, you know, making it available at. You also get the county taxing gas. You get the state of Ohio or whatever state you're in taxing gas. Like, it's a bunch of people with their hands out. You know what I'm saying? And not the president. You know what I'm saying? The president has nothing to do with it. But yeah, so the different companies, the different countries, and then on top of that, you add the state and the county tax. In Maryland, the governor of Maryland has suspended the tax on gasoline right now. So they'll get I mean, I don't know how much gas is there, but I would assume anywhere from a 10 to 15%, 10 to 15 cent decrease in their price per gallon, like just from the sign of a bill. You know,
That's something they need to do here because the lowest I'm finding it now is $3.79.
never where.
All right,
Where?
I'm going to put it. Look, I ain't trying to give away my spot. I said it before in the show. If you are a loyal listener, you done heard it before. But it's one spot. They got that unlimited 88. That's a clue. That's a clue. And only that unlimited 88 is, you know, $3.79. Everything else is over $4 a gallon.
Angel said everyone can practice for the 5K and walk, save the gas. It's not a terrible idea. But, you know, just because you stay within throwing distance between and rock throwing distance of your job, I don't know about everybody else.
I'm not walking. I'm not taking a bus. Nothing.
You got some areas, and you must live in a nice area. I know some areas where people probably don't want to walk through. Just throwing it out there. Ebony J said, my county taxes doubled. Well, okay.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. I don't know if they got to do with inflation, but possibly. Dom said, but remember when they kept making different chargers and Obama said something to stop that? Same should be done with gas. So it's like stuff that they can do, like, but they don't have a hand in like affecting the gas prices. Like Biden said they would release X amount of barrels from like the National Reserve or whatever. But that still takes time to get down to like the actual, prices of like to get to the pump. Like it actually still
Hey,
takes time to
but
get there though.
remember when gas was like 50 cents a gallon, and Trump was like, "We're gonna buy up all the barrels and save them." Did they do that when it was dirt cheap?
No.
Did,
And look, and even if they did, how much like you still have to use it, right? You know what I'm saying? Like how much of it can be stored without using it while everybody was at home, you know what I'm saying, not using gas at all. Like how, we talking, 3 to 6 months without, per stabilizing um uh like window or whatever per stabilizing unit, 3 to 6 months, you know what I'm saying? So you're talking hundreds, thousands of gallons, you know what I'm saying, that you had to go through that process X amount of time. Like, so it's only so much that you can store. Like, you constantly use some, replenish some, but you keep a standard amount or whatever. Like I said, so even with that release, you still only get, like, it still takes time, but it's still only so much. Like, you're still not going to make it to where, you know what I'm saying, Air Force One, got to choose, like, man, well, we can't really go there. We can go to this place because we got to buy gas, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, right. No, we paying for it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
exactly.
it don't matter.
So it's and then like just little stuff. I remember like Don was talking about Obama, and I remember he used to say stuff like, make sure your tires are properly inflated, all of this stuff that's proven to like increase gas mileage. Like make sure and everybody ridiculing like he's talking about just put air, put the air in your tank or whatever. Like you're not wrong.
Look,
you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be an asshole.
I was on the freeway on the way to work this past week, and somebody wrote on the back of their window, "Yes, I'm driving slow. You can go around me." And I'm driving this slow. No, wait. He said, "Yes, I'm driving slow to save gas. You can go around me. I'm driving this slow because no, if you're mad at this, it's because you probably voted for Joe Biden."
What does that mean? I just don't know what it means, man. There's certain things that presidents get credit for and blamed for when they're in the office that has nothing to do with them. Gas prices is one of them. Don said we should be boycotting gas companies because Biden first told gas companies not to use it as a reason to up gas prices, and they did it anyway. So I think, not only the supply and demand of it, but also, the Ukraine-Russia thing, that situation, you know what I'm saying? So,
look,
Dom, I agree with you, but like, then what are you gonna do?
Look, if you can't get your gas from Russia, you only can get it from one source, and they know this.
And they say that we're not releasing any extra. Not that we don't have it. They say we're not releasing it. We're not selling it to you. Like, what you gonna do?
You got to pay that price. Well, we have to pay that price.
Exactly. That's what it comes down to. That's exactly what it comes down to. John said, "John needs you more than you need them." On some points, we talked extensively about how I personally love the fact that right now, and it seems to be waning a little bit because of the price of stuff like gas and food, that like the worker finally has the power when it comes to these jobs. You can be selective on the positions that you take. Or, when you go to haggle your salary and stuff, you can say, hey, if you don't want to pay me, that's fine. I'll leave and go do something else. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love the fact that the workers finally got the power and stuff, like I said, but they make it tough, man, when you paying, X amount of dollars for ground beef, or, you know what I'm saying, when you're saying, when you're paying X amount of dollars for gas to be able to get, anywhere to do anything. Not even like recreationally, but like professionally. They just make it tough to do anything without money. Like, so it forces you to use this. That's all inflation does. It's horrible for savings, right? So it makes it where you can't put enough or more. You can't put as much money into your savings, or it makes you spend your savings because everything costs, 50 cents more here, $1 more here.
But it's not even just the gas though. It's The gas is making the gas is making everything cost more. But before the gas issue, there was already shortages with food.
Absolutely.
Now, when you are able to get it now, it's even costing even more than what it was costing because it went up. It already had went up a little bit just because of the supply and demand issue. But now it's even up really more. It's up more. It's like 8% more than it was, 3 months ago.
Yeah, it's I think gas is up almost 75 cents in the last 3 months. 75 cents per gallon in the last 3 months. Like, that's crazy.
And the most it has ever been in history.
Right. Like as an average, you know what I'm saying? So of course, Californians, they've been paying $4 or $5 per gallon or whatever, you know what I'm saying, at times or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and richer
They're
parts
used
of
to
the
this.
country, whatever. Like when you get to like the poorer parts and they paying for something like this. So the national average, like according to AAA, is the highest it has been like ever. Don made a good point about having a minimalist lifestyle.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
now that's the way to go, man. Or make sure that to start now you're a little late, but to make sure that you are already living below, your means of what you make. You know what I'm saying? Or
Some people can't do that. Some people cannot. They
can't do
refuse to.
that, right? Or what you can, something to combat it, to combat inflation in general, is to make yourself better, like in this time. You know what I'm saying? So make sure that you keep yourself educated or taking a class here or there if you can. That way, when you do go to these places and start talking about money or salary or whatever, like, hey, I got this, this, and this. I know how to do this, this, and this. I deserve to be paid this, this, and this. And if you don't want me, cool. You can pay somebody that don't know, what the hell to do, or somebody that you got to train significantly. You know what I'm saying? And I say my talents elsewhere. You see, Dom said all people who are good humans should leave, and then let those idiots duke it out and war here. Duke it out and war here. Then we come back when they're ready to respect us as humans. Look, if we was able to get people, this, you don't like our backgrounds, Dom?
Hey, for like when I first was looking at it, I'm like, damn, you got a nice house. I didn't even realize it was that nice.
It's the back bar room. But yeah, no. Look, if we was able, just in general, to what you're saying, Dom, if we were able to get people on one accord to do anything to have like a successful movement, whether it's I don't mean the group Black Lives Matter, but like Black Lives Matter type movement or whatever, or to come together for like gun violence or you know all too well about the police situation. Like we was able to actually get people to come together, for one revolution without having all these, subcultures break off. Just some I was talking about. So you got like your Black Lives Matter movement or whatever, and then people that got it separate, like Black Gay Lives Matter. You know what I'm saying? Like you just always got to split up the movement. You know what I'm saying? To the point where now we can't be united. We can't have a united front going forward. We was able to get people to do anything close to that. Man, the world would be completely different. The country would be completely different. You know what I'm saying? But we can't get people to agree on anything long enough or to agree enough on any particular thing to actually show up for whatever kind of change it is.
It won't happen. It won't like that won't ever happen, man.
I wish. Like on anything, whether it's gas or the Black Lives Matter, like whatever it is, like it always got to be some type of a break off.
Like if the world, if we're gonna give everybody, if the government said, hey, we're gonna give everybody stimulus payments, the jobs say, okay, we can still work, but the jobs where you can do from home, we still gonna do those. I want y'all to stay at home for good 2-3 months. Don't spend anything on gas. Gas prices are going down immediately, right?
Sure.
People, but that'll never happen.
Like you get
never happen.
I like you get some jobs that you just can't do from home. You know what I'm saying? But the ones that you, like you said, the ones that you can do from home, y'all stay home. You know what I'm saying? And the people that gotta go out, you go out. But even that would be enough to drive down prices. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not to middle of pandemic levels, but it'll drive it down significantly. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Angel said nobody united since 9/11. Dom said, right, 9/11 made me really not trust them in the office once I was old enough to understand. Yeah, I agree with both of y'all. Like 9/11 was the first. 9/11 was the first time that stretch from when it happened to, I mean, I don't know, maybe a year or so. That was the first time I felt like a actual American citizen. You know what I'm saying? I think I even told the story before. I mean, like, you know what I'm saying? We was on 90th or whatever. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
where the salute to the city came from.
Hey, I don't know about that. But I remember like going to like, and look, you know, Abe himself was always cool, but like when they felt like we felt, you know what I'm saying, I don't know, the conversation was a little bit different, you know what I'm saying? Like they was a little more apologetic, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't talking as wild as they usually talk or whatever. In general, not to me specifically, but just in general. You know what I'm saying? Like at your local corner store. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that was
you gonna say they wasn't talking as wild as they usually do.
Hey, you know, man, some of these Arab people be talking wild, especially when they've been in the hood for a long time. They be talking wild.
But
everybody else in that store, man, it was crazy.
Look, but the most important part, they wasn't even from where all this was going on.
Yeah, hey, didn't matter, and they knew it didn't matter. And look, that's what I'm saying. Like black people, you know, on the average, like nigga, like when they experience racism, it ain't like because a white person or whoever hate Nigeria specifically or hate, you know what I'm saying, wherever specifically, like this is black people. So they felt like they was like, oh, just people from the Middle East, like they just hate all of us, you know what I'm saying? So they were just trying to make the clear distinction, like you see that's crazy. That seems crazy. We would never do anything like that. We're not even from there or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just a whole distinction, man. That was the only time I was American.
Like that scene on Barbershop when excuse me, they were trying to figure out where dude was from. And he was like, you know, I'm from Pakistani West Side or some shit he said.
The same, but exactly the same thing. When the barbershop come out, you got to be right around that time.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a good example. That's funny. Dom said it will work. It needs to start in warm states first. You luck with that. Y'all having a tickle fest at your house?
Nah.
I don't know. You might want to check on your wife. It's a grown man in there tickling her or something. You know? You might want to check your bedroom. Don said they put all Americans against people who are Arabic. Yeah, I don't even think they did. I think it was just like, I don't know. It was like we had one target or whatever you want to say, one image in mind of what the enemy was. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it became all Arabic people. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever is causing the problems in the world, America gets racist, a united racist front against it. So
yeah,
when COVID hit, if you was Asian, you was not welcome.
Yeah. Hey, some comedians said, like, man, like Americans just like when they get bored, like then that's when the issues crop up at home is when we be bored. You know what I'm saying? We don't got nobody else to beef with or whatever. So that's when like it get worse at home. But yeah, like I'm not saying it's right. Let me be clear. I'm not saying, you know, attacking Asian people clearly ain't right. That's just that one video. That was the craziest thing I ever seen. You know what I'm saying? I never
punch it back for real. That's crazy.
I pop that nigga on immediately. Pop that nigga. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? But that is what happens. Like as a country, that's the way. It's horrible, but that's the way to unite us. You know what I'm saying? It's terrible. Hey, Don said Martin Luther King would walk through this inflation. Oh no. Oh,
Hey,
no.
he did have a voice. He did have the voice to make people stop taking the bus forever.
Yo,
But hey,
that's when you work.
somebody led that move. It was something that happened. It made
Hey,
people say, you know what, we ain't taking the bus right now.
look, that's when you worked and everything was in the same town, or you just had to cross a bridge to get to the town to work. We talk about people drive. People have to drive. You know, what I'm saying 30. It's a 30-minute drive. It's a 30-minute drive. It's an hour
Hey,
drive to some of these places. You know what I'm
but
saying?
look, in today's times, we got fancy $200 tennis shoes. Back then, all they had was dress shoes. Still walking to wherever they had to go. Wherever they had to go, and they still did it. But these $200 tennis shoes, they're not walking nowhere.
Like, you want me to walk in my ones? I can't do that. Come on, man. That's paid 200. Martin. You know, you can't even. Hey, you know how people be these days. You don't even call them by the Dr. King. You don't give them no Martin. You know that nigga Martin tell me you want me to walk in my 12s? Come on, man.
Niggas be like, fuck that.
12s?
Never am I walking. Tell him to walk to his side chick house.
Right.
He ain't walking.
It'd be our whole thing. That is a very good way that you put it, though. United Racist Front. That's the only time it happens. It's the only time it happens. Even Angel said sad but true.
Hey, like when when we had the war against Japan, back in the day, it was the same situation, man.
They had Japanese internment camps. Like immediately, like every Japanese person put them in a camp until we sort this whole thing out. You're not wrong. Look, that's a great point. Like so as far back as you go, that's a great point.
Now, when we had the war with Germany, I don't know.
I mean, it just looked like. I
don't remember none of that. I don't remember.
Like family, at that point.
Like they still came to America and was chilling for like 50, 60 years after the fact. Like nothing happened.
Going to Argentina, like, hey, I fit in, man. I'm just a normal American.
Oh, man.
American with an accent.
They went to Parma and was just chilling. Like, I'm good.
Yeah, forever, yeah. What a great glorious American day it is, isn't it? Look at this flag. I got 8 of them just hanging from my house. Oh, man. Don said, my point is, your boss at work may feel the same. My point is, your boss at work may feel the same. He said, sad part is y'all mentioning all European wars. Yeah. What non-European? Well, I mean, I guess Japan technically in Europe, but yeah. What African, you know what I'm saying, wars? All the wars been against. I mean, you know, if you talk about Iraq, Iran, like that, you know, that's African, you know what I'm saying? But it's still like a
Middle East. That's Middle East.
It's in Africa though.
What? Iran?
Just have to pull up a map.
Hell yeah. I don't know. Iran that's a part of it, but that's not a part of Africa. No. Especially on that east coast, you got Ethiopia, and then Ethiopia. Nope.
So, what continent do you think is on?
What
continent do you think is on?
I don't think it's not a part of the continent of Africa though. I never heard of that one. I could be wrong, but I never heard that Iran was a part of Africa though.
Kind of.
I could see if it was like European or like, but they call it the Middle East. Like Middle East is not a continent though.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
It's probably a part of India.
Well, no, it's not nowhere near India.
I don't know.
I don't know. Technically, they call it a part of. They call it a part. It's on the continent of Asia, but Just want to show you. Look how close it is to.
Yeah, I know it's close, right there next to Ethiopia,
Yeah, but
Egypt, or some shit.
like Dom said, there's no Middle East. It's still Africa. Like it's. Like, I don't know. I don't know where they draw the line at. But I was like, this is Iraq here. This is Iran. This is Egypt. Like this is like I would call this. Even if you drew the line here, I would call this all of Africa. But technically, they say this like India is here, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Iran, Iraq. So technically, like this is the Middle East, even though it's on the continent of Asia.
Look, back when people used to wear the wood African pendants on their neck.
There was
Look, the shape ain't that's where they cut off the shape right there. You know what I'm saying? They ain't go all the way over. They cut it off right there.
I probably got to agree with you on that. That's actually fucking funny.
But it's closer. But it's close. It's close enough though. Close.
Yeah, I mean, look, they treat them like Africans.
Yeah. Yep.
They don't treat them like Asians. Whatever that means. Like, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to decipher it, that's not what that means. Andrew said I had to pull out a map at my work desk last week. It's Western Asia, though, not Africa. I don't know. My map is different. That's all I'm saying. No, even still. Right, that still would be like a European thing. I don't know. But anyway, it was a United Racist Front. You should do something with that. That's actually pretty good. That's a pretty good statement. Anyway, back to inflation. So I think in the long run, I think that you can blame everything off of, even though it's other factors. Like gas is probably the number one thing to me that I would think that drives up inflation, right?
I agree.
So if it costs
That's
more,
supply and demand.
Yeah, if it supplies, and not even just for the average person going to work or whatever, or a family vacation or whatever, but you got delivery trucks. You know what I'm saying? You got people that we have to spend $1,000 to fill up 18-wheelers in order to drive, goods across the country. Airplanes, all jet fuel, like all that shit.
They're still price gouging though. Airlines.
$1,000 to fly to, I can't remember if it's Vegas or LA from Cleveland, like next weekend. $1,000. Now, I don't remember what airline or whatever. I don't know the time of day. I don't know none of the specifics. I seen it though. It was like $1,100. You know what I'm saying, for a flight, and that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? $1,100
for a 4-hour flight
to go to right, exactly. So when you talk about shipping cargo via airplane or truck, like all that stuff runs off of gasoline, some version of it. You know what I'm saying? So that start, so or right, some version of oil. So at the very base is gas, and then if the 18-wheeler truck driver is getting charged or got to pay, let's just say $500 for a one-way trip. You know what I'm saying? So let's say $1,000 for a return trip. Of course, his price is going to have to go. He's going to have to charge more per mile, or for every load he's taking, going to have to be an additional whatever, so he can make his money. All right, people don't have, these businesses don't have any choice. They're like, all right, we'll pay the extra $1,000 or whatever, but we're going to raise the prices on our furniture, or we're going to raise the prices on our produce or whatever because it's costing us more. And now here we are, the normal person going to the store, you know what I'm saying, to get fucking, just doing normal grocery shopping. Now everything is, $5 more, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the case is.
Like, it ain't like the jobs you're working at saying, you know what, we'll pay you, since inflation is up, we'll pay you more to balance it out.
I mean, it's something, when you think about the national, like when's the last time, it's something that pops up often when they was talking about minimum wage should be $15 and stuff, and whether you agree or disagree with that, when was the last time the national minimum wage average was increased, period? Like, whatever the number is, when was the last time it was increased at all?
Mhm.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
like the only reason that places like Target been paying $24 an hour is
Have to.
because they can't get work. People don't want to work there. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So they're being forced to. You know what I'm saying? But by law, they still don't have to. So that's why some of these jobs still got signs in the window saying, please pardon our service. Like we don't have anybody.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And I go back to what Don was saying in regards to, the job needing you more than, you know what I'm saying, more than you need them. And I don't know if that's the case like across the board, but I do know that it gives you leverage, it gives you power that most employees haven't had in such a long time. So I just Googled it. The last time the federal minimum wage was raised was in 2009.
Mm.
2009. And it
Oh, you
rose.
know, like that year rings a bell. What happened around there, right?
Well, a year
2008, right?
before that guy got in there. But even then,
No, but I was saying because of the market crash.
oh yeah, oh well, that happened before, and then that was like
Hmm.
yeah, '08 was definitely the recession, and exactly. So you started turning around a year later, but even still, it went from 655 to 725. 725.
Right.
But before that change, it was 515 for 10 years. 515 for 10 years before that. You know what I'm saying? And I get that, you know, most people are not making minimum wage. I would guess most people are not making minimum wage because some, depending on what state you in, it's usually more than that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is in Ohio or whatever, but it still ain't like a livable wage. So when you add something like inflation on top of it, it completely puts you, you know what I'm saying, in a spot where you got to choose whether you're going to eat or put gas in your car or eat or be able to have any entertainment for the month or whatever the case is. Like, it makes you stop and have some decisions to make.
Yeah, tough decisions. Like going vegan because this meat pause is costing a lot of money.
This nigga. Pause. This is a good pause. Angel said, personally, are you guys adjusting your budget, eating out less, cutting any extracurricular activities? How is it affecting your day to day?
Man, I've been package of oatmeal for breakfast every day.
You like oatmeal, though? That's cool.
Yeah. Times when I want to go out for lunch, I just go get some. I mean, I eat. I eat. What's on the menu at work. It's rough.
Well, I just want to say on air, put me together, man. That's all I'm gonna say. Put me together.
It's rough.
Put me.
Yeah. As
Hey,
far as huh?
it's my
You said
tax
what?
dollar for work.
Oh yeah. Hey, you might as well enroll.
Right.
do it all over again. But as far as going out, non-existent. But sometimes, yeah, sometimes. But most lately, I've been saying nah. Like I deliberately put $20 in my gas tank
Keep it
because
grounded.
I'm like, man, I don't got no gas to go nowhere. Even though I could put more in my tank, but I'm like, no, I don't got no gas, so I ain't really trying to go nowhere because I'm gonna have to fill up, and I hate stopping at the gas station. So, you know what? I'm gonna stay in the house tonight.
That's a good way to do it, man. I'm like, hey, I would come through, but I only got half a tank.
Look,
I'm going to a quarter tank. I can't come out.
all it takes is for you to go out one time, and you're not gonna want to go out no more because it costs. As soon as you pay $7, $8 for one beer,
I would never pay $7.
it's over for you. Like you gonna wish that you spent that money on a 6-pack and been at the house watching TV.
When inflation at its lowest, I'm not paying $6 for no beer. Look, I go to Indians games to be stone cold sober. Just looking at the price, man, that beer look good. Or the one beer dude that be at this nigga at every game somehow, at every Indians, every Cavs game at the same time. I don't know how he do it. He's a magician. But I was looking like, man, the beer sounds good. I never pay those prices though. $6.50 for a Bud Light? Never.
Beer guy here.
Yeah.
Hey, during the
You know,
pandemic, he just started delivering beer for a brewery.
yeah, they made a beer after him. Did you know that?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
sweet, man.
I don't think I had that beer, but that brewery specifically is in my top 3. Period.
As far as my day to day and I'll be quitting jobs, but I left my main gig. So,
I like to be quitting job.
yeah. I left my main gig though, so even before it kind of all started, and this was back in January, I was kind of on a pitch count already of what I'm allowed to do. You know what I'm saying? What I stayed up for. You know what I'm saying? Like I had it all planned out. And I had some bumps along the road, like stuff that popped up that definitely wasn't in the budget. But as far as my actual spending, I would say it's down, but it's been down since the pandemic, though. You know what I'm saying? Because we talked about staying in instead of going out all the time and drinking at home or eating at home and learning how to cook and all that stuff. So mine's been down in general. You know what I'm saying? I had to buy no new clothes or new shoes or whatever because I ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going nowhere where you got to actually dress up. We got work clothes and non-work clothes, and that's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? Don said his day-to-day, he said, yeah, I've been trying to start a garden soon. Don, I'm with you on that. This is all part of inflation, though. So I want to make it like a raised garden in my backyard. Went to Home Depot, and the price of wood and lumber is astronomical.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like the price of wood and lumber is crazy. So that's probably out of the, you know what I'm saying, out of the, of course I can plant right in the ground, but it ain't like the best, I don't got like the best quality dirt and stuff at my house. So that's why I want to do a raised one. But man, not a chance. Like lumber prices is just as insane due to this inflation.
I paid 20 something for one drill bit. And I was salty because I it was no getting out of it. I had to buy it.
I hate it, man. And even like, you know, according to, so I was talking about like one thing affects another. So even buying a pre-made box that just a normal person made, I don't want to discount them. Maybe that's their business or whatever. But like they pass that price on to me for the price of lumber. You know what I'm saying? Because they know they can charge more because the price of wood has went up. Pause. And just Don, best of luck. I invested a decent amount in my garden last year, but didn't get a good return on investment, unfortunately. Off the Audi I go. That's funny. Angel said wages are up now, though. Which wages? Not minimum.
Mm-hmm.
Don said, yeah, they are up. I'm about to go to work. I need $75 an hour. If I come, you ain't got, hey, I feel you. If I get there and ain't nobody there, I need extra money.
Because you're doing three people's jobs, yeah.
Yeah. If you gonna work me like a slave, as some black parents like to say, they working me like a slave. I need to get paid like it.
Every generation got that phrase.
I love it. How that job treat me, man? Working me like a slave. I love what old people say, bro. It's so good. It's so good. Your grandparents probably a slave. You probably know him, huh? Anyway, I just love what old people say it. Angel said, I'll take $75 an hour, and oatmeal sounds good. Oh, your mom joined us. She said, I'll take my lunch to work, at least enough for a week. That's
that I don't.
You run that spot up there, man. If I ran a spot and you put your lunch in there for the entire week, you're probably throwing your stuff out. I mean, whose stuff is it? No, but that's another way that you can kind of circumvent. Take your food with you to work, like so not where you got to go out and buy stuff. Plan your meals out, meal prep, all that good stuff.
I paid $10 for a pack of bacon the other day. Well, actually, it was like $9, but still.
Bacon is insane. I don't know what what happened to that bacon specifically was like became so expensive. Like, I know everything kind of went up, but bacon went up from like, $5 a pack roughly to like $8, $9 a pack. Like that's crazy. At like Walmart. Crazy. Boy, that's crazy.
And that was from Aldi.
I don't know how much. That's still $8. That's crazy, man. Ebony J said, I haven't necessarily adjusted my budget, but I have been more mindful, working on learning to cook. It's probably, I guess it's time. I guess it's probably time to learn how to cook. Angel said, I want Wendy's right now. I got to make some changes. She said, my mom used to say, like an Amish workhorse. Yeah, your mom couldn't say like a slave. Angel, what would you do if your mom had said, like, Mom, how was work today? And your mom was like, you work like a slave. Like, what would you say?
It don't even fit.
I'm just curious, like, what would you like, what? FDJ said, I just told Ed you about to go back to being a slave since you're going back to work. Oh yeah, Ebony J is living that owning your own lifestyle right now. So, that comes with a lot of responsibility, but I guess you don't never got to use that phrase. You don't never use that phrase. Angel said, yeah, bacon is crazy high. Angel said, I'd laugh. Yeah, I would die laughing too. If I heard a white person say that, I would be on the floor. I wouldn't even be mad. I would like, that's funny. That's funny. Working like a slave out there. Angel, your mom said a lot of things have gone up due to COVID. Yeah, so that's kind of what we were talking about earlier about the supply and demand in regards to, it was a surplus. Remember how many conversations we had about breweries, giving away beer. Please come take this beer. Please come keep it from having to pour it down.
For Gatorade prices.
Man, I was like crazy. Like, man, here we're going to invent a new can size. Come get them. You know what I'm saying? Like all this stuff.
Was it 50 cents? No, it was $1.
It's like a
for 32 ounces.
$3.33 for the crawlers or whatever.
And that's 32 ounces for $3.33 for 32 ounces, which is ridiculous.
Crazy prices. So demand was, and that's crazy. I didn't know how demand for that would be low because people, as we covered during the pandemic, alcohol purchase rates was like through the roof. You know what I'm saying? But I guess they couldn't serve it in the places or whatever. So I guess that was the reason. But yeah, the demand was low, and they had a surplus of things. So now you stop developing more. You stop. You lay off people that's drilling oil. So now when instead of them just jumping back to work, they like every other industry. Like I don't want to jump back to work, or if I do, I want to make X amount of dollars now. You know what I'm saying? So now the production of oil takes longer to ramp up again because you got to rehire people, retrain people. When you bring them on board, so that with oil, with farmers, the same thing. Like all this stuff, we got farmers throwing away X amount of food, and so now they're growing less because they just had to throw away so much. Now you got to ramp it back up again. It just takes time. It just takes time to go through. We got one more video I want to play for you guys, and then we'll talk it out the last 10-20 minutes.
Scary news keeps coming out of the U.S. government. Inflation is at its highest level in 40 years. If we look at the Consumer Price Index, food is up 8%. Gasoline is up 38%. Used cars and trucks up 41%. The U.S. government is printing money at an unprecedented rate, from $4 trillion to $9 trillion in just 2 years. What does this mean for you and me? It means that our money is melting. If you had $100,000 in cash and you just put it under your mattress, do you know that in 3 years' time, that money would be worth $51,000 in spending value?
Inflation right now is about 7.9%. You got to have at least 8% or greater just to beat inflation. And there's vehicles out there where you can actually get that.
Like that part when he said you got 100,000 on your mattress, it's only gonna be worth 50,000.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's what inflation is in a nutshell, man. So that's why you get all these CPAs and financial advisors to come on and say, make sure that your money is working for you. The value of it goes down, so you at least put it in a place where you're constantly making something off of it, interest off of it, something. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just putting it under your mattress, which everybody think that it's safe there and it's safe from the government and banks and all that stuff, which is true, but inflation is the coverall, man. It's the coverall. Like, your mom working at the bank, like she could hilarious. Like, I missed it. And I just haven't looked at it.
Yeah,
like a Hebrew slave. Oh, I can't say it. I completely missed it. I look up and see your name. Look, yes, that's it. Working me like a heat. That's so funny. That's funny. I don't know how I missed that. That's good. It completely threw me off. But yeah, that's what inflation is. I mean, your mom works in a bank. Like, she can probably speak more to this than anything I could or you could or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's the difference. You know what I'm saying? Of putting your money in a place where, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you should be in a bank where banks give you, even in a savings account, you making, saying 10, 20 cents a year. I'm not saying that. And I'm not saying necessarily the stock market, as Angel put, that she lost almost 10K in her 401K. I'm not saying the stock market is just, the place to go either, but there are some things that make your money work for you. That's, where it's just not, where you can do stuff to kind of combat it. It's not great, saying great things, but, anything you can do to keep saving, because that's what inflation does, is eat extra savings consistently.
That's why I wish, like he said, I wish I had a Honda so I can beat inflation right now.
I was going to go to the car issue now is, so if you have a used car or two used cars or whatever the case is, you can trade one in. You can make very good money right now. Whether it's to a dealership or Carvana or whatever, Carvana.
Yeah, Carvana's giving out on a quote, like when you go to their website, you enter your information, your VIN number, whatever. They're giving out the most out of anybody. Yep. So let's take that quote, go to the dealership and be like, Carvana trying to give me this. What can y'all do?
Right. What can you do? And it's just like, so we talked about this earlier today when we were talking about the subject, if you're in a spot and it's hard to tell the future, but if you're in a spot where you can, where you bought a property in 2020 or whatever, when it was cheaper, and you're in a spot where you can sell that property now, take full advantage of the inflation, but for the people who are not in that position or not looking to sell or don't have two cars or two houses or whatever.
You're looking to buy.
Yeah, right. Or you just looking to buy, period. I would hold out as much as I can. Man, houses is crazy. Houses, I don't know what's more crazy, houses or the used car market.
I say used car market. Oh my gosh.
They're selling used cars for damn near what you could buy a new car for. Like it's just, there are just no used cars. You know what I'm saying? Like, just there are no used cars around.
Look, the Honda that I sold to the dealership, it took them about 6 months to sell my car, but I would always check on it, and the price never changed. It never changed from when they posted it, and they sold it for more than what the car sold brand new, which was just crazy to me.
Insane, man. Absolutely. Crazy. So it comes. It's just a lot of underlying underlining things that come with that. But especially in like the car market, like the rebates that you get for buying new cars and just all.
That's
all
the only thing that may help you out.
Yeah. Right. That's what I'm saying. So you just got an old car or an older car, a couple years old, X amount of miles, and you're able to, and they can, I don't know the financials, but where they can make it where, your note is the same or maybe a little bit more for a brand new car, and they'll be able to take your car and flip it. Man, now's the time to do it if you're able to do so. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But anybody looking to buy, it's just a bad time to do it, man.
No, if you have good credit, you can really take advantage because a lot of dealerships are doing the 0.9% or the 0% financing. So you can take advantage if you got good credit. But
yeah, I
used car, don't do it unless you had to. Like you had no option.
Yeah, one thing that right. So I was about to say one thing that I found. People, cash is king. You know what I'm saying? It's like another old saying or whatever. Credit is. You want to be technical about it. Credit is the beholder. You know what I'm saying? If you're looking to buy anything, you're looking to get a loan for something, like anything, credit is the way. Credit is the way.
You look like you down to your last 20 that you put in your tank, and you need to make it till Friday.
Credit
swipe
is
it.
Absolutely. Angel said, "I need to research things for the tip." Man, at Carvana, Carvana do so many good things. Like they're even purchasing. I don't know if you sent it to me or if I sent it to you, but they're purchasing. You could sell your lease. If you leasing a vehicle, before you get, go over your miles or whatever, you can sell that lease to Carvana, and they will, they'll pay you for the right to buy your lease. So let's say $5,000. I'm just, spitballing, and then they'll pay off the rest of the loan, so they can have a used car that they will then sell for more than what you even bought it for.
Yeah,
so you really can make money off of your lease. You know what I'm saying? If you play the game right.
Yeah. See, but if you do that, then you don't get the tax credit. Then see, but if you sold it to a dealership, you get that tax credit. You don't got to pay taxes on the car that you about to buy. What is it? The car that you sold? Yeah, you don't got to pay taxes on it. If you bid to get another car. But if you just sell it to Carvana, you fuck.
I don't know how it works. Why wouldn't Carvana be considered a car dealership? Just
no, they are. But I'm saying you're not buying a new car. They just outright buying it at that point.
Oh
yeah.
So, but they're just buying. They're buying the right to buy your car, though. I don't know because I haven't did it. I just read the stories about something that they do and people that have done it, and maybe they had to pay taxes on the back end. But as far as I know, they sold it. All they're doing is selling the right to buy the car, which is the lease, selling the right. It's like, all right, so look, so you like tennis shoes. If somebody, how to give out, you're gonna be number 5 in group 1 or something. That's your ticket, but you could sell that spot, which is just a right to have the shoe. You can sell that ticket for $100. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. You made $100, then you don't have to pay nothing on it. You just selling the right to buy the car.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the example that somebody used. Like if you like tennis shoes, you're in the first group or you number 1 in the group, you could sell that ticket for $200 and you made $200 and then have to spend nothing.
Yeah. But this is what I did. I got the quote from Carvana. I took it to the dealership because I had a lease. So I took my lease to the dealership. They offered under $500 of my buyout. I said, we're gonna, then that's when I pulled out. Hey, Carvana said they was gonna pay this. Like I waited till they gave me.
Of course.
I waited. And it was like, well, let me see. He gave it. Well, let me see what I can do. Went back, gave me something. Went back again, and it was like, okay, I like this number. I was like, can you do more? Went back. He was like, yeah, he ain't gonna do no more. But it was like, I think it was like $1,800 more than what my buyout was. So cool. I was like, I'm gonna use that money to put on a new lease.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that money is all profit to the dealership anyway, so they don't care.
Right,
But and then I flipped it like that. And then in the mail, they sent me a check because I guess they overpaid for the buyout. So I was like, cool.
It's even better then.
Cool. I think that was like 300 or something. So,
yeah.
But
go ahead.
Just one last thing. The car industry got hit to that, and now they got it where you gotta. In some people's leases, they got it where you got to take it back to where you bought it from if you want to do a buyout. So
make sure you check that paperwork before you sign any contract. Make sure you check it because it is, there's all type of little stuff that you can do to finagle it, but you just gotta know and do your research or whatever. But there's ways to, I don't know if you can beat inflation, but you can combat it. Anything on property, property is property, man. It's always good to own it. You know what I'm saying? You can, just like anything, you can buy low, sell high. That's what you do. And don't buy high because then eventually had to come back down. Like that's property. This is like anything, but property especially. But yeah, man, that's it. That's all I got. Anything you want to add about inflation?
Just like Don was saying, just be a minimalist in your day to day. There's only certain stuff you need, certain stuff you don't. So until this is over with, you're just gonna have to chill. Now, if you got it, just continue life is normal.
Now it's always good to live below your means. Make sure you put money in savings. So when we do have an inflation moment, you can combat it as much as possible. It might eat up into your savings, but it won't eat up into your day to day. It won't be as much of a major blow. Everybody hate it. I'm not saying you ain't gonna hate it, but hopefully you'll have a little cushion to help you combat it. So I want to leave y'all, of course, with reminding everybody to sign up for our 5K this June 2022, epiphany.5k.run. Make sure you go and sign up. Because you guys listen to the podcast, enter in the promo code podcast to receive a discount on your sign up. If you're sharing on your friends list, your Facebook friends list, you still get a discount there. Epiphany.5k.run, click on registration, fill out the form, and at the bottom, enter in your promo code, which is podcast, and you'll get money off on your return. You'll get money off on your registration. Sorry. But yeah, epiphany.5k.run, come out, support us, supporting mental health and places that deal with mental health. And we appreciate, like I said, the people that signed up already, the people that's going to sign up, especially with the promo code. We appreciate the sponsors that joined us already. We appreciate all you guys. So thank you. And be sure to share with your friends. Let them know to come out and support us.
Mm-hmm.
Your mom said you should really take out a certain amount each paycheck. Absolutely. And put it to your savings. I completely agree. That's the best way to do it. I've found for me and for most people, the best way to do it is do it completely. Not even for you to move it. Just have it as soon as it hits your account, your paycheck, X amount goes to your savings or to a separate account or whatever. So you don't even see it. And the next thing you know, it doesn't, the next thing you know, when you finally look at it, you got a couple grand in there or whatever the case is. It's the best way to do it for sure. The auto transfer, thanks, Angel, I couldn't think of what it's called. Auto transfer. Into an account that you don't use, or open your new account and cut up the debit card that they give you, and it's only for emergencies. Out of sight, out of mind, as Angel just said. So about your account, about setting up an account and the 5K, it only takes 60 seconds, probably less than that, man. You go there, fill out the field, everything is just a drop-down box. Fill it out, takes no time at all, sign up, and come out and support us June 25th, 2022. If you can't do it in person here in Cleveland, Ohio, you can sign up to be a virtual runner. We'll send you a goodie bag, leading up to the race, and you can complete it whenever you want to. Before the actual date, after the date, whenever you want to, go ahead and sign up, and we'll send you out your stuff. So
Yes,
that being
sir.
said, Tiffany.5K.run. We appreciate y'all joining us for the podcast. We appreciate you joining us for the viewing. Dom will be in touch for sure. Since I got one of your numbers. No show next week. Vacation show. But look out for more content coming anyway. And salute to the city as always.
And remember to own your own. See y'all in 2 weeks.
Got it. Be safe.